Welcome back. This is chapter 6 in my series on the metaverse and how it will revolutionize everything by Matthew Ball. If you've been tracking with me, last week we talked about networking and the unseen pipes that move data across the globe. But now we step into the engine room, and today's chapter is all about compute. And I'm not talking about the kind of computing that runs your emails, right? I'm talking about the raw power it takes to build entire worlds, persistent, photoreal, interactive, and in real time. Matthew Ball writes in chapter 6, the metaverse will require an extraordinary amount of computing power, more than any digital platform we've ever seen before. And that's not hype, it's physics. To render real-time high-fidelity 3D environments, to sync millions of avatars, to simulate realistic physics, AI behavior, and voice interactions across the globe, you are going to need compute and a lot of it. Let's bring all of this back down to earth. Here's what's happening. Remember last week we talked about how OpenAI locked in a lease for a US nuclear powered data center and how Microsoft committed $10 billion plus in AI infrastructure spend. Also, Amazon, on the other hand, building its own global fiber network and edge compute hubs to reduce latency. These aren't just companies, they're building compute empires. And the metaverse isn't just a game, it's an energy and engineering problem. Hyperscale data centers can draw up to 100 megawatts. That's enough power to run a small city. And the metaverse demands both distance-less delivery and massive computation, which is why Ball calls compute one of the metaverse's biggest bottlenecks. This is where Futureverse and their partners are doing something different. They are not just preparing for the metaverse, they are preparing its inhabitants. Through their partnership with the Independent AI Institute, they've launched the Think Protocol, a standard for on-chain AI agents. And it's all built on the foundation laid by ASM, Altered State Machine. Now, here's how Think works. The soul is an NFI. For those of you wondering what an NFI means, it's simply non-fungible intelligence, and that's your agent's identity. The mind is logic and memory, context that persists across worlds, and the body is how the agent interacts with apps, games, contracts, and humans. Using Futureverse's ASM 2.0 stack, these agents gain memory through the Momo matrix and DNA-like behavior through genome matrices. You're not just spinning up a chatbot, you're creating an intelligent data being that can move across decentralized apps, recall context, and own its own data and decisions, all on chain. So now, computing isn't just about rendering scenes, right? It's about rendering souls, agents that live persistently and travel intelligently. Futureverse is turning compute into a habitat for intelligence, not just GPU cycles, but AI citizens with memory, purpose, and on-chain logic. So what did I learn from chapter 6? I have learned that compute is the hidden weight of the metaverse, and it's shifting from centralized supercomputers to edge-powered microgrids to agent-powered ecosystems like what Futureverse is building. And this isn't just about feeding pixels, right? It's about hosting intelligence. Up next is chapter 7, and we'll be talking about virtual world engines, the tools that bring these environments to life, basically. But until then, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me how you feel about all of this, and do well to share with your friends as well. And don't forget to also grab a copy of Matthew Ball's The Metaverse and how it will revolutionize everything, so you can have a better understanding on all of this for yourself. Thank you for sticking with me. Until next time, let's keep going.